Paul didn't know any more than we did. We know Paul as being the writer of much of the New Testament, and one of the letters that he wrote was to the church at Philippi. And when he wrote this letter, Paul was beaten, chained up, in prison. And in Philippians chapter 4, he wrote, "Rejoice in the Lord always." He said, I'll say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all, the Lord is near. See, he's saying rejoice when he's chained to that prison guard. Not just rejoice when life is great or everything is perfect and going the way that we want it to be. Paul literally says, rejoice anyways, no matter what. Then he goes on to say, don't be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And then he says, the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, which means basically, I don't understand how I have this, but I have it. That's that peace. And he says that will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Pray about everything, even if we don't see the big picture. See, Paul didn't have a perfect path, and it was filled with struggles, one of which he was in when he wrote this letter. But he found peace that transcended all understanding. He felt that. He knew that. And we can experience that same thing. Listen, sometimes we find ourselves in those struggles. We find ourselves in those situations to where maybe we feel like we're in prison or chained to some Roman guard. But when we're in those struggles and we don't see the big picture, pray. Literally, pray. Trust God to hear you and to respond. And I promise you that peace that maybe you don't know where it comes from, it'll be there each and every time. This has been a CPC Minute.